Can you get an acquittal in a bench trial? Imagine sitting in a courtroom where only one person makes the final call on guilt or innocence. That person is the judge. But can that judge decide to clear someone of charges? The answer is yes. An acquittal can happen in a bench trial. In a bench trial, the judge acts as both the judge and the jury. They listen to all the evidence and decide if the defendant is guilty or not guilty. After all the evidence is presented, the defense can ask the judge for a judgment of acquittal. This means they are saying the prosecution has not proven the case beyond a reasonable doubt. If the judge agrees that the evidence is not enough, they will enter a judgment of acquittal. This is the legal way of saying the defendant is not guilty. It is a final decision, and the case ends there. The judge's decision is based on the law and the facts they have heard. The defense can make this motion at the end of the trial after all evidence is shown. The judge then reviews everything, including legal rules and the evidence from both sides. Even if the prosecution tries to use legal assumptions to prove guilt, the judge must decide if the evidence as a whole is enough. If it is not, the judge will grant the acquittal. Since there is no jury in a bench trial, the judge's judgment is very important. They use their legal knowledge and experience to decide if the evidence meets the high standard of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. If it does not, they will issue an acquittal. Getting an acquittal in a bench trial follows the same rules as in a jury trial. The prosecution has to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. If they fail to do so, the judge can find the defendant not guilty. This decision is final unless the case is appealed or other post-trial motions are filed. So, in courtrooms where a judge alone makes the call, an acquittal is definitely possible. It is a key part of the judicial process that protects people from wrongful convictions when the evidence just isn't enough. The judge's role is to ensure justice is served fairly and based on the facts.